Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Judge Ruppe. You are here today for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested. As you appear before me today, you're considered not guilty of what you've been charged with. That status will remain with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you're arrested on a warrant on a new charge. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of pretrial release which I will impose upon you. You are entitled to have a lawyer represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, I will appoint the Public Defender's Office for you. You are entitled to make a phone call to let friends, family, or your counsel know where you are. If you haven't had the opportunity to make that phone call, please let me know. I'll make sure you get that phone call today. Finally, most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say. So anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be held against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Okay, put your hands down as I call your name. Please come forward to the podium. Gina Canali. Can I have your date of birth?
April 6, 1970.
You are here today for a failure to appear in front of Judge Toner on May 6th for an introduction of contraband into the detention center and a possession of paraphernalia. He wants you held at a $6,000 bond until you appear back in front of him on June 7th. All right, I'm going to keep those bonds the same. We'll see you back to court June 7th. Do you have the Public Defender's Office already?
Yep.
Okay. We'll make sure they're still appointed on your case, and someone will reach out to you soon, okay? Anna Rivera. Can I have your date of birth?
November 3rd, 1977.
You're here today for a violation of a domestic violence injunction. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Sure.
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. State, does she have a prior criminal record?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I have an address for you, Ms. Rivera, on... I don't have an address. Where are you living these days?
I will be staying with a family friend in Augustine on Maryland.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes, I do.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a carpenter.
Okay. I'm going to order that you have no contact with Taboo Bentonazzi. Don't have any contact with him whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email. Do not have anyone else call, write him, or email him. You have to abide by the conditions in the injunction. So if the injunction says not within 500 feet, you need to abide by that.
6:30.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to set your bond at $500. We're going to see you back to court on June 5th at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Audrey Brady. Can I have your date of birth?
8483.
You are here today for resisting an officer without violence and possession of drug paraphernalia. Your bond amount is a total of $2,000. I found probable cause for your arrest on each of these. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes. And I wasn't Miranda-ized, ma'am.
You weren't Miranda-ized. All right.
Nope.
I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. State, does she have a prior record?
Your Honor, an actual constructive possession of synthetic adjudication in 2011 where a jail sentence was imposed. A disorderly conduct adjudication was held in 2005, and that was out of Hernando County. No other convicted history, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Brady, I don't have an address for you. Where are you living these days?
9792 Lake Drive.
Okay, that's in Brooksville? All right. How long have you lived there? How long have you lived there?
Me and my husband, we own the house.
How long have you lived there, ma'am?
For about 10, 15 years.
Do you have a job?
No, ma'am, I'm disabled. I have cancer.
Okay, I'm going to release you on both of these charges. We're going to see you back to court on June 5th at 9 a.m., okay?
Thank you very much.
Shada Ebony Joseph. Can I have your date of birth?
6/7/1993.
You're here today for obtaining a controlled substance by fraud. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am. And I actually was not Mirandized before the arrest.
All right. I don't know why you all think that that's important. Listen, they don't have to read your Miranda unless they're interrogating you. If they already find that you have committed a crime, they can just arrest you. They don't have to read your Miranda. I'll let you all talk to your attorney about that, okay? That's not something for me here today.
Yes, ma'am.
State prior record.
An adjudication withheld in 2014 for a petty theft out of Hillsborough County and no other history, Your Honor.
I have an address for you on Crab Apple Drive in Westwood Chapel. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
Since last June, so I think this June maybe somewhat like 11 months.
Okay. Do you have you ever lived in Hernando County?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any family here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have a job?
I do work like part-time, day by day.
What kind of work do you do?
For a staffing agency, I do banquet serving.
Okay. Okay, I'll set your bond at $500. We'll see you back to court June 7th at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
Okay, thank you.
William Doherty.
Huh?
Can I have your date of birth?
7284.
Okay, you are here today for a violation of probation. It's based on a warrant signed by Judge Toner in July 2018, so there's probable cause for your arrest. He wants you held no bond until you appear in front of him on June 7th at 8:30 in the morning. Do you want the public defender's office?
Yes, ma'am.
With the public defender's office, see you back to court on June 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ronald Crisp. Can I have your date of birth?
1/12/78.
You're here today for an aggravated domestic battery, shooting a deadly missile into a dwelling, tampering with a witness, possession of a firearm with an altered serial number, and possession of a short-barreled rifle.
It's an accident, Your Honor.
Please don't say anything about the facts of your case, okay?
I'm sorry.
Okay, we're not here for that today. Excuse me. All right, I found probable cause for your arrest on each of these. The state is their prior record.
Withhold on a grand theft in 2016 and a drop battery, I believe, with the same victim in 2017. Misdemeanor battery.
Okay. Sir, I have an address for you on Reynolds Street in Dade City. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
Off and on 38 years.
Okay. Do you have a job?
I am a mechanic. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to order that you have no contact with the victim in your case. Don't have any contact with Elizabeth Perez at all. Don't have any contact with her whatsoever. Do not call. Do not write. Do not email. Do not have anyone else call her, write her, email her. Any way that you can imagine having contact with Ms. Perez, I forbid you from doing so. If you do have any contact with her whatsoever, you could be charged with another crime and held without bond. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The state want to be heard on bond amounts. You all agree he's entitled to bond, right?
They are entitled. It is entitled to bond, Your Honor. We're asking for a high bond due to the nature of the charge, and perhaps a flight risk because it's a discharge with a firearm that faces up to life on that 25-year minimum. So,
I mean, the charge itself doesn't really make him a flightless. Do you have any evidence that he was planning on staying in the jurisdiction of the court?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. They were at the same residence, right?
It occurred at the same residence. I'm not sure what her living circumstances are.
Okay. So if Ms. Perez is at that residence that you were sharing on Reynolds Street, you understand that you will not be permitted back there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I just wanted to
Stand
clarify.
there, I'm sure.
All right. I need to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case any civil paperwork needs to be filed against you, so we know where to find you. Your bond amount on the aggravated battery is going to be $10,000. All the remainder of the bonds are going to remain the same. It's a total of $31,000. We'll see you back to court on June 7th. Did you want the public defender's office to represent you, or will you be hiring a lawyer?
Can I have a public defender for now?
I'll appoint the public defender's office. Someone will reach out to you soon, okay?
Thank you.
Is there anything else, Steve?
No, Your Honor. That concludes my business, if I may be excused.
Yes, sir. Have a good day.
You as well.
Darnell Duckworth? Can I have your date of birth, sir?
10/4/72.
All right. You are here today for a failure to appear in front of Judge Toner on April 22nd for welfare fraud. I found probable cause for your arrest.
Yeah, Your Honor, I never received any paperwork to come to court.
Really?
I never signed anything. And I talked to my PO, and he said he was sending it back to court, but I never got any paperwork saying to come to court.
Okay, this looks like it was a return from PTI. So it looks like they sent a notice on April 3rd to Lee Howyer Drive in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. They sent a notice to you at that address on April 3rd, I'm sorry.
Didn't it have to be? It didn't have to be signed for or anything.
No, sir. Nope, that was your notice that you need to appear in court.
And I never received it.
It wasn't sent back undeliverable, so it did go to that address. All right. All right, we're going to keep the bond at $4,000. I'm going to see you back to court on June 7th at 8:30 in the morning. Did you have the public defender's office representing you before?
No, ma'am.
Were you representing yourself, or did you have a private attorney?
For the case, yes, I did have a public defender.
Okay, do you want them to continue to represent you?
Sure.
Okay, someone will reach out to you soon, okay? David Thompson?
All right.
Can I have your date of birth?
June 8th, 1967.
You were here today for a failure to appear in front of me on May 8th for no motor vehicle registration. The bond amount is $4,000. Found probable cause for your arrest. State, can you just resolve this case today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is it just a time-served disposition?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, if you want to resolve your case today, you'll get time served. You'll have to make payment arrangements for the fines and court costs, which would be about $488. Want to take care of it today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you understand that by taking a plea on this case that you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Giving up your right to confront witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. Do you want to give up those rights in order to take care of your case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, with regard to this no motor vehicle registration, how do you plead? Complete no contest.
No contest.
I'll accept your plea of no contest, find it's freely and voluntarily entered, adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to 2 days in the Hernando County Jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. You will have fines and court costs of $488 and the cost of incarceration for your 2 days. You can make payment arrangements for that with the clerk of court in room 136 of the courthouse, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Floyd Hammond?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can I have your date of birth?
5/28/70.
You are here today for felony domestic battery by strangulation. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
The public defender's office, date, for your record.
A 2018 adjudication of guilt for a violation of injunction within 500 feet. That was out of Pasco County. Homicide, negligent manslaughter, adjudication withheld in 1997, and no other history, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Hammond, I have an address for you on Ash Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
That's my sister's address.
Do you have another address?
No, ma'am.
Do you have a place to stay that is not at the Ash Street address?
I'm not sure.
I need to order that you're going to have no contact with Faye Manuli. That's your sister, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't have any contact with her whatsoever. Do not call, do not write, do not email. Do not have anyone else call her, write her, or email her. If you see her out somewhere, you need to turn around and go the other way. And if she calls you, you need to hang up the phone. I'm going to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case Faye wants to file any other paperwork against you so we know where to find you. You cannot go back to that address if she's there. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll set your bond at $2,000. We're going to see you back to court on June 7th at 8:30 in the morning.
Thank you.
Michael Pazelski. Can I have your date of birth?
January 31st, 1984.
So you're here today for driving on a suspended driver's license and possession of drug paraphernalia. The bond amounts are $1,000 each. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, please. Your Honor, will the courts be willing to consider an ROR?
Well, that's what we're doing right now. This is a bond hearing, so that's what I've been doing with every single person that's come up before me today.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, let me do my job.
Sorry.
State, is there a prior record?
A battery adjudication in 2014 on Hernando, an adjudication for an actual constructive possession of synthetic 2014 on Hernando. A state prison sentence in 2011 for unlawful possession of controlled substance by fraud, and another charge of that in 2011. A petty theft adjudication of guilt out of Hernando County in 2011, where a time served jail offer was offered. Cultivation of marijuana adjudication in 2010, and a possession of paraphernalia in 2010. That was a withhold of adjudication.
So the answer to your question is no. That showing his HTO on his driver's license as well. I'm going to set your bond at $2,000 each. We're going to see you back to court on June 5th at 9 o'clock in the morning. Cody Fleming. Can I have your date of birth?
3/13/78.
We're here today for a resisting officer without violence and providing false names to law enforcement. Bond amounts are a total of $1,500 at this point. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
The public defender's office. State
Yeah.
powers.
A battery adjudication in 2018 out of Pasco County. A state prison sentence in 2011 for felony petty theft, and then a few other petty thefts prior to that, and no other history, Your Honor. Most of the history is out of Pasco.
Okay. All right, Mr. Fleming, I have an address for you. It's on Duden Street, is that right?
Durden.
Durden? Okay. Durden Road. How long have you lived there?
About 6 months.
All right. How long have you lived in the area?
In the area, a few years.
All right. Do you have a job?
No matter.
I'm going to keep the bonds the same. We'll see you back June 5th at 9 o'clock in the morning. Gregory Tassanat. Have your date of birth?
7260.
You are here today for driving on a suspended driver's license and animal cruelty. Bond amounts are a total of $1,500. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you on each of these?
I'm gonna have fun.
Is that a yes?
Yeah.
I'll find the public defender's office. Prior record?
Yes, Your Honor, 2014 adjudication for a marijuana possession. It looks like a time served offer was there. A possession of cocaine in 2014, where a county jail sentence was imposed. Town of Hernando County, 2013. Sorry, there's a few dropped cases, Your Honor. So a petty theft adjudication of guilt in 1984, and that was out of Pinellas County, and no other history, Your Honor.
I have an address for you, Blue Water Ave, is that right?
Yeah.
That's where you're living?
Yeah. I'm homeless now. They evicted me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is that address?
I don't have one.
Okay. So what is the address you gave on this paperwork, Blue Water Ave? What is that?
I was living in 4495 Blue Water Avenue, Spring Hill, Florida.
I know. I can read it. I'm asking you, what does it represent if you're telling me that you don't have an address?
Well, that's my address, I guess. So I got one.
Is that,
My mail, that's where my mail will go, and that'll get you.
that's where your mail goes? Okay. Do you have a relative that lives at that address?
Yes,
Okay. What relative?
my mother.
Your mom. All right. Do you have a job, Gregory?
No.
All right, I'm going to keep the bonds the same. We're going to see you back to court on both of these cases on June 5th at 9 o'clock in the morning. Robert Warren.
October 14, 1955.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, you're here today for domestic battery. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
No, I do not like to have one.
You don't want one?
Yes, ma'am.
You do? Okay, sorry. I'll find the public defender's office for you, okay? Is there any prior record?
No Florida history, Your Honor, and I wasn't provided history, so I don't know if there's out-of-state history, Your Honor.
All right. All right, I have an address here on Galloway Road in Wekiwachi. Is that where you live, Mr. Warren?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
For 4 years.
Do you have a job?
I'm retired military, man.
All right. All right, I need to order that you have no contact with the victim in this case. It's your granddaughter, right? Is it your daughter or granddaughter?
Granddaughter.
Granddaughter, all right. Just don't have any contact with her while this case is pending. If you do have contact with her, you could be committing another crime, and we could have to arrest you again and hold you in custody without bond. So don't have any contact with her. Don't call her. Don't write her. Don't email her. Don't have anyone else call her, write her, email her. I need to hold you pursuant to Florida statute. I need to hold you in jail until 4 o'clock today, in case she wants to file any civil paperwork against you. So I'm going to set your bond at $100, and I'm going to see you back to court on June 5th at 9 o'clock, okay?
Wait, I understand you said my bond is $100.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank
Is
you.
there the police on the whole, because I've never been in trouble.
Yeah, I understand that, but pursuant to Florida statute, because it's domestic in nature, I'm not allowed to do that. I have to do a bond.
Okay.
All right, sorry. Did I get everyone at the jail?
No, Your Honor, we also have Jose Salazar, an add-on from yesterday, county court.
Okay. Oh, that's right, okay. This is the one who wants to leave Hernando County, right? Country. All right, let me just bring up his case here. Okay, he does have the public defender representing him. Okay, Mr. Salazar, you were in my court yesterday for leaving the scene of the accident with property damage. I believe you received an offer from the state attorney's office to resolve your case yesterday. Was it just fines and court costs?
Your Honor,
I
it was,
never
that's
received
right.
anything.
Okay. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I never received anything.
Yes, you did. We gave your contract to read for PTI.
No.
Yep. What were the conditions of PTI? Do you remember?
It was to do 25 community service hours, a basic driver improvement course, and just pay the costs.
Was there, okay. All right, sir, do you want to resolve your case today? If you want to resolve your case today, we'll just do it for the fines and court costs in your case. It would be $488, and you can just make a payment plan with the clerk of court.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you understand that by taking this plea today, you're giving up your right to go to trial?
And no, I don't need to go to trial.
Okay. So you're going to give up that right to go to trial in order to take care of this case today?
And I will.
Okay. With regard to the leaving the scene of an accident with property damage, how do you plead? You can plead no contest. If you plead no contest, that means you just can't contest the evidence against you and you're taking a plea in your own best interest. Would you like to plead no contest?
I just, I don't know nothing about hit and run, Your Honor. I never hit and run nobody.
Okay, well listen, you can take a plea today, you can take a plea of no contest, which means you're just taking a plea in your own best interest and you just can't contest the evidence against you. And then we can resolve your case today and you can make a payment arrangement for the fine. If you don't want to do that, we don't have to. You're appointed by the public defender's office, we can set your case for trial. What would you like to do?
And when will be halt in here? If
I'm going to give you a
I mean,
bond.
I want to. My wife is high risk diabetic. She's alone right now, living in my the car because she can drive from here to where the daughter lives in Claremont, so she can see very well. And more than likely is in the parking lot somewhere waiting for me. So I'd like to resolve this claim today.
Well,
so
that's what I'm trying to do, but you're not, I mean, you have two things you can do today. The first thing is you can resolve your case today. You can plead no contest, and you'll just have to pay the fine. If you don't want to do that...
Yes, ma'am. No contest.
Okay. I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. Adjudicate you guilty, sentence you to fines and court costs of $488. You can make payment arrangements with the clerk of court, and you do not have a public defender. I won't impose the public defender fee since I don't believe you ever used the public defender, and that'll be it. You'll be released today. You just have to make payment arrangements with the clerk of court. Okay?
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you. Did we get everyone now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Bye, Christy.